Hi everyone, Karen here with another video. Welcome back to our channel. And today, Maya convinced me to go ahead and do this one because as you can see, I posted one today, but that was just for the farmer's market. I thought you all might, she thought you all might find this interesting, so I wanted to go ahead and post it. So today, I'm not actually making a dish. What I am doing is, as you can see, we have all these tomatoes here. And some eggplant, onions, garlic, lots of peppers here. I'm going to slip in a few okra here. And I have a whole bunch of herbs. Well, I have thyme, oregano, and basil here, and salt. And what I'm going to be doing is making a tomato sauce. And I'm going to freeze it. So I got these tomatoes from the farmer's market. If you saw our last video, the one that was just posted as well on today, I got these from the farmer's market, and we were quickly running out of the sauce that I made from our tomatoes in the garden, these. And so I thought, might as well make some more sauce. I hadn't, the last time I made sauce, I didn't have a pot this big, so I'm going to go ahead and do it in there. I find pasta sauce very easy to make, very simple, following, you really don't even need a recipe, actually. You're going to need some really good tomatoes, some onions, garlic. If you like pepper, I'm using pepper. I'm going to put some eggplant in here. I'm going to use oregano, basil, thyme, and anything else that you want to put in. You can add some carrots to it if you want, because it's all going to cook down and make the base for any spaghetti sauce or any type of sauce. You can use this for almost any. So let's get into it. So first up, I've been soaking my herbs. As you can see, I got these out of the garden. This is the 8th time they've been rinsed, and as you can see, they need to be rinsed again. And so I want to make sure my herbs are really clean because I don't want any extra little pieces in my food. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is chop up my onions, bell pepper, this okra because I wanted to cook down with it, and all of my peppers. So first I start with chopping the okra very fine and cooking that because, like I've said in previous videos, you can cook all the slime out of it. So I start with that first. Okay, so now we have everything nice and chopped. The garlic's not in here because I don't want it to burn. And I'm going to use a whole clove. And the reason why I'm using so, big onions and whatnot, because all of this sauce will be stored. It's not something that I'm going to use, and it'll probably yield about 8 frozen containers of sauce. So you want to go ahead and add your peppers, onions, peppers and onions to it. Now I'm just going to break up my garlic. Time to add the garlic. To this, I want to add a little bit of salt, probably like a teaspoon and a half. And I'm going to add a teaspoon and a half of sugar, or whatever sweetener you like, just not honey. I'm going to add at least a half a cup of water just to get this broken down even more. So now we're chopping up the tomatoes. You can chop them up however you like, because remember, this sauce is going to break down. We're going to let it cook for at least an hour and a half on low. So you don't have to cook. You don't have to cut them so fine. So you can do a rough chop with your tomatoes. So now I'm going to add my tomatoes. I'm also going to chop up this eggplant and chop up all of my herbs here. So just adding all of the tomatoes. Ooh, they all fit. Yay! So now I've added the eggplant, and now I'm going to add the herbs. And by the way, before you throw all of this out, this is my compost pile I'm cooking. You can actually use this for stock for later on. So it may look like, you know, discarded pieces, but this is really good to use for your stock. And this is what this looks like with all the herbs, the tomatoes, everything's now in it. I'm going to add another cup of water just to help the tomatoes break down a bit more. And I'm going to make sure that it's well seasoned. Okay guys, and what I'm also going to do is add a bay leaf to the sauce. And make sure, like I said, make sure you season to taste. Because once it's broken down, it's going to be you don't have to season it so much so, because it's going to be used for other things that might take on a slightly different flavor. But just go ahead and make sure that the basic seasoning is there. Okay everyone, so I am going to let this cook down. Oh, it smells delicious, guys. It smells so good. Anyway, I'm going to let this cook for at least an hour on low heat. Probably like, if you have numbers, probably like a 3. And just keep checking it. Don't add any more water to it because the tomatoes are going to sweat themselves down. And you don't have to worry about this sauce being smooth unless you want to. But I'll show you, what I do at the end. But yeah, so I'm just going to let it cook down for an hour. Okay guys, this is the final product. So with this, what I do is I let it cool because it is still hot. I don't know if you can see that steam rising, but it is hot, hot, hot. So what I do is I let it sit and cool, which takes it a while because it's in this Le Creuset pot that keeps it warm. But still, it's going to take at least an hour and a half to cool down before it can be stored. And then what I do is I put it into individual, at least 2 cups in each container, and I seal it up and freeze it. Then what I do with it after is when I need to use it, I take it out, defrost it. If I need it to be smooth, then I'll put it through the food processor to create a smoother paste or smoother sauce. And I'll also add a can of tomato paste. That's what I do. So it's really simple, making your own spaghetti sauce or your own sauce that you can use for a soup base. You could use this for a tomato soup base. Just blend it. You can use this for minestrone soup base, spaghetti sauce. Yeah, you could use it for lasagna sauce, any type of sauce that you need it for. But I prefer to just make my own because it's really simple. Basically, the longest part is chopping up everything and letting it cook on the stove. That's the longest part. But at least you know what's in it, right? So, but let me know how you make your spaghetti sauce. And yeah, and so this pot is huge, guys. It cooked down, I think that was 12 tomatoes, 12 large tomatoes at that. And yeah, and look, you can't even tell that there's okra in it. But I'm gonna call this farmer's market tomato sauce. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. By the way, don't forget about our giveaway. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. More details on that later. You have to be subscribed because it's only fair that is for our subscribers. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.